In the 1940s, the scientific establishment treated human intelligence and IQ as fixed quantities, determined at birth and impossible to change. The brain was viewed as a static piece of hardware. If the machine lacked processing power, there was no way to upgrade the system. José Silva entered this world from the outside. A self-taught radio mechanic from Laredo, Texas, he had raised his family out of poverty without ever attending a day of school. He approached the human brain as a tangible piece of machinery, something that could be tuned and optimized through the same principles he used to fix a radio. During World War II, Silva sat for an evaluation with a military psychiatrist for the Signal Corps. The interview consisted of seemingly irrelevant personal questions, like whether he liked women or if he still wet his bed. The experience convinced Silva that the experts in the field of the mind were ignoring its mechanical potential. He developed a radical hypothesis. If a radio can be tuned to receive a clearer signal by lowering its electrical resistance, the same engineering principle should apply to the human brain. This diagram illustrates a fundamental law of engineering. A circuit transmits energy much more efficiently when electrical resistance is lowered. Because the human brain generates and operates on its own electrical currents, it is subject to the same physical laws as any other circuit. In biological terms, lowering resistance requires a state of profound physical and mental calm. Silva discovered that when the brain enters this state, it paradoxically becomes more energetic, absorbing and storing information with far greater efficiency. The biological static of high-stress, unoptimized mental states serves as the primary barrier to human intelligence. This photograph shows the measurable reality of brain states. At the low frequency levels of alpha and theta, the brain reaches its peak receptivity. Silva first attempted to reach these frequencies using traditional hypnosis. He quickly found a critical flaw. A hypnotized person can absorb raw facts, but they lose the ability to think independently or understand the context of what they've learned. He pivoted toward conscious mental exercises based on active visualization. These kept the mind alert even as it dipped into the lower frequencies. These exercises forced the brain into the alpha and theta states while maintaining total awareness. Silva had engineered a method to keep a human fully conscious while operating within the deeply absorbent realms of the subconscious. The practical results were immediate. When Silva applied these methods to his own children, their school grades skyrocketed over the course of 3 years. As his children mastered these deep states of relaxation, their perception shifted in unexpected ways. One evening in 1953, his daughter began reading his mind, answering questions before he had even spoken them. Leading researchers like Dr. J.B. Rhine dismissed the breakthrough, citing a lack of data on the children's abilities before the training started. Silva responded by launching a massive 10-year experiment. He self-funded the training and testing of 39 neighborhood children to create a mountain of repeatable evidence. This decade of rigorous, iterative testing transformed a single anomaly into a systematically repeatable framework for human potential. This work eventually evolved into a 40-hour curriculum, since validated by more than 500,000 people around the world. Silva achieved this scale across 34 countries entirely through his own business, without a single university or government grant. His success demonstrated that raw, uncredentialed empirical testing could outpace traditional academic gatekeeping. Today, the method is used by ad executives to compress months of work into minutes, by athletes to improve performance, and by patients to manage chronic pain. Despite his success, Silva never acted as a guru. He insisted that he hadn't changed anyone's life. Their own minds had done the work. José Silva didn't discover a miracle. He provided the technical documentation for a system we already possess, handing us the schematic to operate the machinery of our own minds.